Title: Learning from Young Adult Role Models Who Are Deaf or Hard of Hearing, Colorado School for the Deaf and the Blind Outreach Programs. Title: Kelly. Graphic: the CSTB logo is displayed on screen. A sign language interpreter is sharing a split screen with our presenter Kelly, who is standing in front of student artwork in an elementary hallway.
My name is Kelly Riley. I'm from Colorado Springs. I was diagnosed with heart problems, and that gave me hearing loss. And we found out I had hearing loss at the age of 6. I go to Manitou Springs High School, and I'm a junior. I have 2 dogs. I have a guinea pig and a chameleon, an older sister named Anne, and 2 loving parents. I ride dirt bikes, I ski, I hunt. I love being outside, I fish, and I camp with my dad. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I am the only hard of hearing student in my high school. It doesn't really affect me at all when I'm with a group of students. I make sure I look at their lips and I'm facing them so that I can get a clear thought of what they're saying, even though I'm not getting all of what they're saying. And I do ask them to repeat stuff if I don't hear, and sometimes they don't have a problem with that. It's kind of interesting being the only person in the high school that has hearing loss, but people are interested in it, and they aren't like bullying me or anything. They're actually supportive, and they ask a lot of questions, but that's fine. They're just curious. I get a lot of support throughout the school, and sometimes I don't wear my hearing aid, but I should. But when I do, it really helps me, and especially with big surroundings or a lot of people around me, so it helps when I wear it. I believe that I started speech when I was 2, and I continued speech when I was 6 when I had the hearing loss, or when we found out I had hearing loss. I believe that the speech really did help me, especially with the hearing loss. So yeah, so I can understand a little bit of sound. Communicating isn't very hard. I mean, it is difficult to hear high frequencies, so I will ask someone to repeat themselves if I didn't get what they were saying, or I think they're saying something completely different. But usually at home, everyone understands that I can't hear, so they don't like get irritated when I say what more than once. But at school, some of the kids don't really understand, so they kind of get irritated, and then I tell them that I have hearing loss, and they're like, oh, okay. It is difficult to understand, especially in a big group, because more than one people are talking at the same time. So usually I will ask the person that's sitting next to me, like, what's going on, or like when everyone is quiet, and I ask them to like repeat what the topic was about and what happened, because it's very difficult to hear, especially when everyone's talking all at once. So yeah, I usually ask the person sitting next to me like what's going on, or I try to focus on one person in the group, and I try to focus on their mouth and try to understand what they're saying. So sometimes that helps, but mostly asking them what was going on does help more. If I'm in a classroom setting, if I'm sitting kind of in a position where there are a lot of people behind me, that's what my hearing loss mostly focuses on, is background noise. So if I don't really get what the teacher was talking about or what the topic was on, I missed a lot of it. I usually ask the person sitting next to me, or when class is over, I will go ask the teacher what was going on. In elementary school, I did have the FM system, and I think the monitor would be hung up on the wall or in front of the classroom, and the teacher would have the microphone, and they'd have me sitting in front of the class so that I can get a clear understanding what they were saying. And throughout middle school, I did use it a little bit, but some of my teachers didn't really want to, or I totally forgot to ask them to wear it. And then I think the reason why I don't use it anymore is because it was kind of a hassle to remember to have to bring it to class, or it was because my grades were really good, so it was one of those two. My hearing aid, I think I've had around 3 or 4. I got them when I was in 1st grade, and I've had them up through high school. I just got a brand new one, and it's one of the little small ones, and it's really hard to keep track of it, but it does help me a lot. It helps with natural sound and choosing what kind of environment I'm in, either a quiet or a loud environment, so I can choose the setting to help me decide which one I need to hear the person that's talking or what's going on. Usually when I get up in the morning, I take a shower and I forget to put it in because the hearing aid isn't allowed to get wet. Or the battery dies during class and I put it in the case and I completely forget to put in a new battery for the next day. So those are some of the reasons why I forget, or I just don't feel like wearing it that day. I would tell a teacher that it is difficult to understand and remember 100% because you didn't get all the information that you needed, and to be patient with the student, and they will try, but they need your help with it, and to be patient with them as well. And to speak loudly, and when there's other students that are talking, and it is very frustrating and hard to hear the teacher when other students are talking, to tell them to be quiet and maybe explain what you were saying while everyone was talking again, so the student can understand what was going on while everyone was talking. When the teachers are writing something on the board and they're continuing to talk, it is difficult to understand because they're not facing you and they're not giving you the visual, especially for someone with hard of hearing or they're deaf because they can't read their lips. And I'd say for them to slightly turn to the board and still write. I know it's hard, but it can be done maybe, and still talk while they're explaining. Maybe write all the information down before the class begins so that you can explain it to them while it's on the board so that they get two visuals. Maybe that will help. I'd say my self-advocacy has helped me get this far and having support of other people and having a hearing aid when I do wear it. Yeah, all of those help me a lot. It's not the end of the world having hard of hearing, it's just a challenge, but we can all face it.
Learning from young adult role models who are deaf or hard of hearing, a production of the Colorado School for the Deaf and the Blind, 33 North Institute Street, Colorado Springs, Colorado 80903. Telephone 719-578-2100, www.csdb.org. Videography, Deb Branch and Sean Olivier. Captioning, Bonnie Otmar. Editing assistants, Diane Covington. Audio description, Jim Olson.